Hi everyone, doing a little different video today. Now there's going to be some teaching, but there's nothing about driving. It's actually going to be regarding number plates. Now I got tagged in a post on Twitter a number of months back. It was during lockdown, and this all came from Cumbria Road Policing Unit. What they had done, they'd stopped some guy for having raised gel number plates just like mine, and they'd given him a couple of warnings, and in the end they confiscated these plates to say that they were illegal. And because I've showed my plates a couple of times on the videos, one of my viewers thankfully tagged me in this and got me involved. But I don't mind this because it is information that's pretty vague, so I'm just going to try and clear this up today. I'm going to try and shed a light on whether my number plates are illegal or not. So my first port of call was to have a look on the gov.uk website regarding displaying number plates, and it actually didn't say that much. It says that they should be made from a reflective material. It should be black characters on a white background for the front plate and black characters on a yellow background for the rear plate. But this sentence was written, characters on a number plate can be 3D. Does that just mean the font or the actual letters themselves? If we go back to the tweet for a moment, this was actually mentioned to Cumbria Road Policing Unit, and their response was to say that they'd checked and confirmed this with the DVLA, and it refers to the shading effect on letters and numbers which can appear as 3D. And they also add, raised characters don't conform with various aspects of the construction requirements. Back we go to the government website on advice on the letter spacing, size and style. The characters on a number plate need to be a certain height and size, and this can be found in leaflet INF 104. And in this leaflet it sets out all the rules and regulations just on how number plates should be designed. In other words, the spaces around them, the size of the letters, the fonts, and all the things like that. And there's nothing in this leaflet that says the letters need to be flat. And there's also nothing that I can find that says raised number plates contravene any of these regulations. But if we go back just a little bit in this leaflet, it mentions the British standard for number plates. Let's have a quick look at this as well. A perfect place to start would be the British Number Plate Manufacturers Association. So let's see what it says on their website. Let's go straight to number plate design. What does it say? We've already looked at the legal fonts and we've found that raised number plates don't contravene any of the regulations, so we can ignore this. But this next point's pretty important. The supplier details need to be on the plates. In other words, the supplier's name and the supplier's postcode, and I couldn't see that on the photo on Twitter, so perhaps that's what the police were pulling the plates for. But I doubt it, because most of the discussion was regarding the 3D letters. Another thing that does need to be displayed on your plate is the British Standard mark in the bottom right hand corner of the plate, and mine does. And funnily enough, it looks as though my plate was manufactured by Jepson, who are actually recommended by the British Number Plate Manufacturers Association. So I'm really confident my 3D raised lettered number plates are legal. There are some new regulations which are soon hopefully to be adopted. These will go even further to improve the quality of the plates, and they also make certain that ANPR cameras can read all plates manufactured. But they're yet to be rubber stamped by the DVLA. Within these new regulations there is a section that says it has to be solid black digits on the number plate, and two-tone and 3D fonts of any kind are no longer allowed, and this is for the ANPR cameras. Is this what Cumbria Road Policing Unit have seen and have misinterpreted it? Maybe. So does that clear things up? Not categorically. I can't see anything in all of the documents and all the web pages and all the information that I've gone through that says that these raised numbers are illegal. But again, it's still quite vague. There's an argument to say that the 3D plates or the raised plates aren't in the regulations, but for me, if they're not stipulated to be banned or not allowed, it's allowed. People are always going to bend the rules a little. If something's not in these regulations, it doesn't mean that it's illegal. It has to be stipulated that they have to be a particular width of lettering or border. It doesn't say that they can't be raised off the surface in any of these British standards or any of the regulations. So for me, there's nothing to say that they're illegal. Cumbria Road Police may be working from their perspective of visible by the ANPR systems, and they're the number plate recognition systems that the police use. I can sort of see where they're coming from, because the raised letters, there may be from certain angles that they could have problems reading these number plates, and if that's the case, they shouldn't be allowed. But this is something that the new standards, the E standards, do address, that if number plates are produced after this E standard is okayed and eventually comes around to being enforced, that is something that has to be looked into within the manufacturing of these plates. Is there, or are there any companies out there who are probably producing illegal plates and still sticking the British standard mark on? Probably. And these companies, if they're not going by the rules, should be dealt with quite heavily. But number plates, people are always going to try and mess with the plates. You always see illegally spaced plates around. Mine is a private reg, but it's spaced and it's done properly. It has to be, because all my viewers would pick up on it in an instant and be on my back. So I have to play by the rules, and I take a fair bit of care to make sure I am playing by the rules. But I must admit, when I got tagged in this tweet, I was like, ooh, what have I done? But hopefully this video can then stop people feeling that same way. For me, I can't see anything that makes these plates illegal. But buy from a reputable plate manufacturer. Make sure these things that I've stipulated in this video apply to your number plates, and you won't go wrong. Even if the police do then stop you for illegal plates, if they have this British standard mark and all the things that I've set out in a video, that really passes the buck onto them, and the police should then go after the actual manufacturer of the plates. I hope that's been useful. It might only apply to a small proportion of people, but when we even get new plates that even aren't 3D, there's certain things that maybe you can pick up from today's video. So thanks a lot for watching. Hope to see you all soon.